Dominican Republic is quite unique, as you can live quite a well-balanced lifestyle, whether you choose to live on say $2,000 plus a month per person, or whether you choose to live on say $500 to $1,000 a month. And this is all based on your preferences when it comes to accommodation, food, the mode of transportation you choose, or your choices when you go shopping. Irregardless, both options give you full access to beaches, rivers, and the tropical beauties of the country. Just take your pick on how sophisticated you want to be with your lifestyle down here. And in this video, I'll show you a way to live a very modest, low-budget lifestyle. So let's begin. When looking for accommodation, you may want to choose a centrally located room or apartment, especially if you don't want to use transportation a lot. If you just want something which gives you a roof over your head with basic amenities like power, hot water and internet, then here's a few options for the Sosua-Cabarita area. Remember, prices vary depending on how fussy you want to be when it comes to added conveniences.
I was fortunate, I came from Haiti, and I was fortunate enough to have seen a picture of a hotel that had a Canadian flag on the outside with a Dominican. So I got the moto driver to take me right here, which is next door, to Hotel Coco. And I help out around there, so Shelley's giving me a good deal, but I think the price for it is about $25 a night. It's got a pool, it's a great little place. And there's many others like it in town where if you like the people, you can stay a week, you can stay a night, you can stay a month.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is the cheapest one could find if you want like long term? You commit to 6 months because you really like the spot. What sort of rates would they come down to?
I would say the rates come down considerably if they like you and you're going to stay there a length of time. Now you might not want to ask for that the very first day. You know, stay there a few days and get to know them, and then you don't want a commitment from either person because you might not end up liking it. I would say you could probably get them for $300 US a month. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's pretty cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably can find some cheap places to stay here. There are a lot of low-cost hotels. I think you even made a video about that, about some cheap places. That's what I found. That's how I found my first place to stay here for the first couple of weeks, just by watching your videos. And after that, it's if you want to stay, if you want to be in a cheap location, just connect to the locals. That's probably the best thing you can do. They know exactly where they can find something cheap. If you want to be in town, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, logically. But if you want to have some really cheap places, go and look in the backland. Go inside the campo. Go 10 minutes out of town, where it's more rural, where the tourists don't come, where the locals live. Go there and you can find some cheap accommodations. I had an apartment in Maranata Alta that was 12,000 pesos. That's about $250 a month. 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, quite new. Was lovely, but was too big for me. And after that, I even found a place that was more cheap. It was only 8,000 pesos a month. That's $160, and also 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, completely new. I was the first tenant there, and it was perfect. But even that, you can top. You can find something more cheap here.
No, you're a real bargain hunter. But did you use a local to find?
Yes,
what you needed to find?
I used the Dominican, but that was still in a Dominican area. If you go to a Haitian area, you can even find it more cheap.
Everyone, I'm here with Junior from Saint Tilmon Renta Motor y Tienda. So, Junior, thanks for being on camera. Now, we're going to just ask you a few questions about how to live the most affordable way down here, but just while we've got him on camera, he rents out scooters and motorbikes, and he has a shop. We're going to look a little bit more at his products. And just behind that blue building's the police station of Cabaretta. And further up, you got Goddess Restaurant. So just so you have a location. Let's pop inside and talk. If somebody wanted to find accommodation around Cabaretta, where do you think they're going to potentially get the best deal for something more cheapy or affordable?
Maybe in Sabaneta, can get more cheapy in Sabaneta.
Yeah. But what about here in Cabaretta?
The same street, the people just take a car, go to the Sabaneta.
You're mentioning a couple of hotels where they also rent rooms long term. What was the name?
Alegria.
Alegria is one, yeah.
It's there close to the Janet.
Okay, very good. So there you go, folks. Check out Alegria online.
I'm staying in an apartment, I'm renting an apartment, and the cost is $400 a month. It's a 1-bedroom condo.
Yeah. And how did you find that one?
I found it asking to the people in the city.
And the cost, you say 400 per month?
Yes.
And what sort of contract is that? Year contract. So you got to get up to a year contract on your standard.
After that they raise the rent.
That has like a communal pool and...
Yeah, it is a community pool. There are fruit trees around.
Secure?
Yeah, secure place. So,
air conditioning?
Yes, everything air conditioning, inversor, water, fruit trees. There's a lot of good stuff.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Tyson. You've probably seen him on videos before. Thanks for jumping on camera.
My pleasure for you, Mr. T.
Thank you. So, what type of accommodation have you found down here? Is it what you would call budget accommodation, and what can you get a monthly rate for?
Well, it varies. It really do. They have everything that you need from, I would say, $300 a month to $1,200 a month or more. So it depends on your lifestyle and your budget. That's really all it depends on. If you want to be more in town, it's going to cost you more. If you're away from the main street in town, it's more affordable. So it really depends on your budget, and you're going to get what you pay for. So if you want to spend $500, $600, that's decent here. You'll find something nice. I've paid more, and it's much nicer. Swimming pool, gated area, and stuff like that. But you can also get something for like $300. That's still safe and still cool, but you're going to be living more primitive, so to speak. The lights may be going out with no generator, stuff like that. But if you're single and you can handle that, you'll be just fine.
Great. Everyone, I'm here with a lady called Yvonne, who's from Germany, correct?
Hello.
Thanks for being on camera.
Hello.
Now, Yvonne, what type of accommodation have you found? I've been allowed to just show that you have a nice, tranquil unit. It's one of a few here. Can I show a bit of the garden?
Yes,
okay. Garden, palm trees. It's very, very peaceful here.
Yes,
So, how did you find this place? And why did you choose this kind of place?
yes, I choose it because it's really quiet here, and yes, for rest and sleeping, and not so loud music overall. And so for me, it's better to live a little bit more quiet. And yes, I have one living room and one sleeping room, and I pay $450 per month.
Per month. Yeah. Okay, now we're standing in front of Dolce
Vida.
Dolce
Vida.
Dolce Vida. And these are apartments. It's like 3 stories here. And 1 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms?
1 bedroom, muscle minus 800 square feet. There's 18 units in the apartment. When I first arrived here, it was kind of a transient place, people in and out. Now almost everybody here has been here for a number of years because it's a good value.
And you got a communal pool over here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bush here, so it's very hard to see.
yeah, I understand.
You got a lot of shade, which is good. How much per month?
I pay $350 a month. I've been here now, like I said, about 10 years. And you know, the thing is that it's when you rent it, it's pretty sparse. It's just a number of you know, little bamboo stuff. But all of us that live here have all put our own
Stuff?
yeah, our own stuff.
Yeah.
You know, couches, paint jobs, televisions, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, so if you figure the money, it's $4,000 a year to live here, which is pretty cheap.
Yeah, very good. And in terms of folks watching this, if they are looking for affordable budget accommodation, to find something like this or something similar, what's the best way to find it in your opinion?
Well, the best way to do it is just kind of get out and look around for the signs on the side of the buildings.
Yeah.
But that takes a little time. There
Yeah.
are a number of real estate people involved, but one of the problems that's happened in Sosua in the last couple of years is that a lot of the rents have been elevated quite a bit from what they were a few years ago.
When you're on a limited budget, you can still afford though to sometimes eat out at places like Dominican eateries, also called a comedor, small cafes and corner shops. Here's a few examples. Looking for the best empanadas in Sosua, then come to La Casa de la Empanada, and it's just down from Bailey's up here, and behind me you've got the park over here. Let's go in and have a look. So La Casa de Empanada. When you get in here, hola, ¿cómo estás? You've got, this is the owner here, Mauro. You got every type of empanada you can imagine. Right now it's afternoon, so they've sold out a lot of them, but normally it's pretty full here. Here on the beach road, going down to Sosua Beach from Flip Flop, you have this place, Diada Cafe. I've just asked permission from these 2 guys. You know, today they're having the meal of the day. Permiso? ¿Cómo te llamas esa? Asopao. Yeah. This is Manuel. It serves you good here. Got avocados. So this is asopao, a soup. ¿Cómo se llama esa?
Chicharrón de pollo.
Chicharrón de pollo. Okay. So this sandwich here and the water, 45 pesos. And it keeps me going for a couple of hours. So this has got onion, chicken, a sauce in there, and it's toasted. Bon provecho. Here's a real budget stop, but good food. Cafe Bar El Rocon, which is just like 3 to 5 minutes drive out of Cabaretta, just before Costa Azul here on the highway. So it's perfect pit stop, plenty of parking here, and you just pull in. And you can sit in the shade over here under the roof. I'm just having a cup of coffee. They've got the barbecue here, so often they fry chicken. They've got meals of the day. Everything in Dominican. There's Chela, the owner. She'll serve you very well. She's super friendly. And they've also got fish. If you like fish meals, they've got typical Dominican meals. And they've got the best milkshakes, good coffee. And they've even got booze. She's just pointing out the shelf over there. Happy bunch here. And if you want to go to the beach, like you see some folks are walking down to the beach there, you can go for a swim and she'll look after your gear here. She's very trustworthy. So that's Cafe Bar El Rocon over and out. The next magic spot where you can get a very good and affordable meal is Schlemmerstuben. Also a good bar here, affordable drinks. But like if you just wanted a quick meal, they have like a big meatball with fries. That's like 150 pesos. And you can sit down, you got Wi-Fi and all that good stuff. Let me show you because I'm going to order one. Folks, I'm here with Daret from Piscina Party Goddess Restaurant in Cabaretta. Beautiful spot where you can hang out. Now, Daret, you got this t-shirt on saying tacos and tequila. Now, before you explain that one, what comes the day before? You got a special for those who are budget hunting for food and that?
Budget hunting for food, we got that wing special in a wooden oven for only 100 pesos with a baked potato, coleslaw, and we have other specials too.
This is like 3 wings, is that right?
3 wings,
coleslaw and a
nice
big baked potato.
And a coleslaw.
Yeah, and Thursday you got this
Thursday
tacos?
we have Mexican.
Yeah.
We got tacos, burritos, nachos, and quesadilla. And you can get your tequila, your Corona, all those super special.
Okay, so how much is the tacos and burrito meal there?
We have between 200 and 350 for all one of those.
Depending on what you throw on the plate.
Yeah, depends on what you got on your plate.
So there you go, folks. If you want a great value meal, come here, and any day, of course, you got the a la carte menu.
A lot of specials,
yeah,
super
and,
specials.
And lots of cold drinks. Yeah.
Excellent, yes.
All right.
2 for 1 too, between 3 and 7.
3 and 7, 2 for 1. There you go, bargain hunters.
Cuba Libre, Santo Libre, Mojito, all the good special drinks.
And a very cheerful host out here, a hostess.
That's right, the goddess.
The goddess herself. Thank you very much, Daret. Take care, take care. Another cool place to come to is La Cerveceria, North Coast Brewers here, just down from the back of Super Polo. You've got a food park here, and inside you got TJ's Tijuana Street Tacos. Let's go and have a look. That's one place you can sit and dine, and then we got the taco shop up here. This is the window you can come to and order, and the owner, he's set up a display here where you can see different tacos and dips, etc. And you got options from 70 pesos, especially if you're vegetarian. You got like tofu, potato stuff from 70 pesos and up to 300 pesos. And this is the friendly guy you need to see over here. Hi, Tim.
Cheers. How you doing?
So come on down, try TJ Tijuana Street Tacos.
TJ Tacos.
That's the one. Okay, thank you.
If you do your grocery shopping at a small colmado, which is like a small mini market in less developed areas like Los Charamicos, Susuabajo, Maranata, La Cienega, then you'll be amazed how many of these small places that exist and who sell more affordable food products. Buy your fresh fruit from a street vendor, a corner fruit shop, or from a fruit truck, rather than shopping in bigger supermarkets where they double or triple the price for local produce. You can even find several good quality butcheries in the suburbs who have a nice selection of meats. Just ask a Dominican, as they know exactly where to shop to suit their monthly paychecks. So you too can learn from them, and consider buying fresh dairy and poultry produce from a local farmer. Remember, by buying from a small man, you're helping him or her to survive, as his overheads are low, so a few hundred pesos can go a long way for him. And in regards to hygiene, go check the places out, how clean they look, how they handle the meat, how they store it, how they present it, whether they use plastic gloves, and then make up your own mind as to whether that's the place that you'd like to do your shopping that day and in the future. you want to smoke a cigar, come to the best little colmado. This is Alberto. It's a good Alberto. And he speaks English. He's my translator, this guy. When the Spanish gets too technical for me, I bring them down here and he translates. He's a bit crazy, but anyway, he's a cool dude. Herrera's grocery store. So something like groceries, do you cook or do you always eat out, or a bit of both?
I've eaten out here at this place many times. There's some Haitian cooks there run by Dominicans. The meals come to about 200 pesos for a meal. When I cook, I go down the street here to the Profeta, and it's like a little small Dominican market, and they have everything there. They've got rice, oil, olives, pastas, fruit. Or you could go to the big supermarket, which I think is called Super Pollo, which you could get more, say, American-style foods. There's chickens there and all the different things. You can get anything you need. I prefer the little places here because I support the Dominican economy.
Yeah. So this place that we're sitting in is called Isla
Bonita.
Bonita.
And it's a hotel and a small little restaurant here that they started about 3 months ago. It's always busy. The food is delicious.
Yeah.
If you know how to cook, it's cheap, yes. If you go to the local stores, the local grocery stores, not the big chains, you can buy your groceries for cheap. Gas almost costs nothing here to cook on.
So you're basically saying shop where the locals shop?
Yes, where the locals go. Don't go to the big supermarkets. Obviously, the stuff is more expensive there. Even if you want to eat out, you can go to a Dominican place or a Haitian place and eat for 100 pesos. That's $2.
If people want to come down here, like you moved here 27, was it?
27 years.
27 years ago from Haiti.
From Haiti.
Yeah, and you speak good English. Congratulations. So what's the best advice you can give people if they want to live cheapy down here?
Nowadays, I can say the people can come to Republic Dominican because here in Republic Dominican, the people can find the cheapest thing, you know. So the good food, you know, and Creole food for the people eat well, you know. So in entrance in Callejón de Loma, where Maria, you know, Maria is cooking good. She cooking good and cheaper price, you know, for the people.
Callejón de la Loma.
Callejón de la Loma, you know. In the entrance, the people turn left and Callejón de la Loma, and the people can find the good food. You know?
Yeah, and it makes you strong, like you.
Yeah, so I'm trainer.
He's a trainer, so if you need a trainer, this is your man.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And in terms of cooking yourself, do you cook?
Yeah, I have my wife cooking.
Yeah. Okay.
I have my family, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And if you buy groceries, do you go to the big supermarket or do you go to smaller places?
Yeah, in supermarket Janet, you know, I can find, you know, good price here and there. You know?
Yeah. Thank you so much. And please come and check his assortment of sneakers and shoes. And if you need to rent a scooter or motorbike, contact Junior.
Yeah, thank you.
He'll look after you. He's a good man.
Thank you, Mr. T.
So in terms of how much you think you would spend per week or something on groceries, what would be your spending on groceries?
$50, $60.
Yeah? $50 or $60 per week. Yeah.
Okay, well, we do our primary grocery shopping at Price Mart out in Santiago.
Right.
We go like twice every 2 months, spend like 10,000 pesos per month, but we buy all the, you know, chickens and soaps and all mouthwashes and all the stuff that you need to live on a daily basis. That's a lot cheaper there because you buy in bulk. Anybody who's familiar with Costco understands that this is a Caribbean Costco.
Okay,
And
so
it works very good.
Price Mart in Santiago.
Yeah, that's what we do our primary shopping.
And
Now,
percentage-wise, how much cheaper would that be? 5, 10, 15%
I have no idea
cheaper, you
because
think?
it's bulk. I just know that, you know, I buy 12 Bounty paper towels that cost me 1,600 pesos, and here it's like 200 pesos for one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot cheaper, but you have to be willing to buy in bulk.
Okay, and locally, where would you go shopping?
Aero and Super Polo, both.
Yeah.
They're both good stores. They're very different. They have different things in each place.
And do you use the Colmados here, the smaller ones?
Very, very seldom. Every once in a while I'll use Dela Cruz over here, the new one that just came out, but Not really.
Now, in terms of grocery shopping, Tyson, do you shop out, or do you always eat out or dine out?
I eat out all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
I cook very little, maybe some breakfast, but I eat all the time out. So when I do go to the grocery store to get some like juice, some basic stuff, juice, bread, drinks, you know, stuff like that, it can add up a little bit. It's not cheap. The supermarket is not going to be cheap, you know, but you can go to restaurants, to the Dominican restaurants, and you can find a lot of food that's inexpensive. So once again, it depends on how you want to move.
So
they got nice restaurants where it's going to cost you almost American prices, almost. Or you can go to a Dominican restaurant, get rice, beans, chicken, get a whole lot of food on your plate, and it only costs you $5 or $6, if that, maybe even $3.
Right.
So it depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. You'll find it.
Do you go to grocery stores?
I'll go to the grocery store. Sometimes when I'm in a mood, I might buy some chicken cutlets and stuff like that, some rice and things like that. And I find it comparable to the prices at home, because you have to, in the States, because you have to remember they import everything. Plus it's catering to visitors. It's not catering mostly to the residents here. But everyone goes shopping there. You know, you'll find what you want. But it's a little bit on the expensive side. You'll look at your bill and you'll be like, wow, I spent this much for this. Just like you do in the States. You'd be like, I paid so much for this, and like, what did I buy? So it's kind of similar to that. But.
And how much would you spend, say, per week, you and your wife, on groceries?
Well, in grocery stores we spend at least $40, $50 a week, depending what you buy, of course. For example, in my case, we don't eat meat, so we don't buy meat. Something like that. We eat a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, enjoying the food in the island.
Wow, that's really well done if you can keep it down to that. So yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely.
When you're on a tight budget, it will be wise to settle close to a town centre within the town you want to live in, and within walking distance to everything. However, if you need to transport yourself anywhere, then a motor concho can be a good fast option to carry you from A to B, and at a very affordable price, usually 50 to 100 pesos. Guaguas are mini buses that roam between townships. The fee starts from 40 pesos and up. Taxi públicos, which is like a rougher looking taxi, it's another option. They're a little bit like the guaguas, but can only fit about 4 to 5 passengers at one time. And prices here start from 40 pesos and up. You could also consider to obtain yourself a bicycle, which will be handy for short distances. If you need to travel between cities, you want to get on a bigger bus like Caribbean Tours or the Metro bus. The fee ranges from 350 pesos to 600 pesos. To give you an example, for approximately 500 pesos you can travel from Sosúa to Santo Domingo. Prices of course are subject to change. If your budget allows it, for your own convenience, you may also want to consider either renting or buying a scooter. Rentals can vary from about $15 to $20+ a day, and of course you can negotiate a lower price if you take it for a longer period of time.
I see many people that rent a car, or some people buy a car. People rent motorcycles. They own them, and if you're a good motorcycle rider, you could ride around here quite safely. Sosúa is quite a safe place. But I was thinking about something when we started this filming, is that, and this advice applies to anywhere you travel, is it's really good to meet the good people. And once you've met the good people, you'll be able to tell them from the ones that are maybe the con artists or maybe the thieves that are in any little place. And once you've found some good people, stick with them. If you find a good moto driver, you can utilize him to go to the bank, and he'll tell you where the bank isn't safe. You don't want the outside ATM because it could be tampered with. Get one where it's got a security guard, and go to the little place. And once the Dominicans get to know you, they start to embrace you. Because remember, you're going to be one of many thousands of tourists who come here, and for the first little while, you're just going to be one of the many. But once you get embraced by a motor rider, or by a restaurant like here, or by the little profeta, the other Dominicans see that you're part of the community, and then they look after you. You don't need to look after yourself anymore. Well, sure, you've got to keep your eyes open, but once the community embraces you, you're part of it. And that's a secret which a lot of, say, gringos or Westerners don't understand. I saw in one of your other videos, Mr. T, that as you walk through the streets here, smile at the people. Some smile back, some don't. But encourage a goodwill between you and the people. It's their country. It's not my country. I come from Canada. This is their country, and I respect it for their warmth, and they're tough people, though. They don't have the same facial expressions we do. They don't smile as like we do right off the bat, but the warmth is underneath these people. They live a hard life, and if you can dig down a little bit by being friendly, they'll look after you. So there's not many. I know a lot of people listening to this are going to think, is it safe? Yeah, it's very safe. Be careful at night, and be careful who you talk to. If you sense they're too friendly right away, be careful. Learn who the good ones are.
You can go with a taxi. You can go with a guagua. That's a taxi that's
The
used
minivans.
by the Dominicans. That stops every few hundred meters and picks people up. It's very crammed inside, but a trip of 25 kilometers from here to Puerto Plata costs you about 70 pesos. So that's $1.40. That's incredibly cheap. You can use a motor concho in town, so that's getting on back of a motorcycle, and someone drives you around. They even wait for you if you go to the store. It doesn't cost much, and if you really want to stay longer, you can purchase your own motorcycle. You don't have to need a license. You don't need a license for that. You can drive it whenever you want, whoever wants it. Just put a helmet on your head and have a go on it.
Well, I own a golf cart that I've had for about 5 or 6 years that I use primarily in the city. We both have pasolas, and my wife and myself, and I try to walk a lot because I'm getting older and I need to stay active.
Great. And if you wanted to go to, say, Cabarete or Puerto Plata, how do you normally go by the golf cart still? Or?
No, you can't take the golf carts. I can take my pasola to Cabarete. If I need to go to Puerto Plata, I'll go over and rent one of those drivers over there for the whole car. It costs me like 700 pesos, and he'll take me to Puerto Plata and wait for me when I'm done at the doctor's and bring me back.
I drive a pasola by myself, so sometimes with the guagua when my pasola didn't work, so then I have to drive with the guagua.
Yeah.
I use the motor conchos to do my transportation from my house to the grocery store, to the bank. So I use it every day.
Okay, so that's the motor taxis,
Yes,
motor
that's it.
conchos they call them.
Yeah,
huh?
that's the one.
Yeah. And what about guaguas or taxi públicos for getting to other towns? Do you use them?
Absolutely. When we go over to Plata, we use the guagua or we use the carritos. It depends on you, how much money you want to spend. You can go for 50 pesos, you can go for 100 pesos. So it depends on you how much money you want to spend in your transportation.
If I'm just in town, motor concho is just fine. Out of town, I take a cab.
Now you may be wondering where you should shop for clothes and home appliances when you're on a tight budget. Well, there's a good number of Chinese shops here where you can buy lots of handy things. Just know the prices do reflect the quality. Also, there's no shortage of second-hand shops here, where actually many gringos prefer to shop for clothing. If you're after some good quality shoes, you'll be amazed what you can buy from a street vendor like Zapatero. Almost new sandals or tennis shoes will be presented to you at bargain prices compared to the new ones. Just finding your size is sometimes what can be the issue. Small shops and barrios can surprise you too. Here you can find all sorts of things for your home. The secret for finding a bargain is to shop where Dominicans shop. Local communities run a number of groups on Facebook where you'll find all sorts of handy information, including garage sales and second-hand items from private individuals on Marketplace. It may be the way you will obtain your gas heater, washing machine, fridge, or whatever else you have in mind.
I often go to the Chinese place downtown. We call them chinos. There's a couple. They're dirt cheap. But if you don't want to support if you want to support the Dominicans, there's used clothing stores called La Pulgas, and there's Dominican clothing stores throughout the town. You can get baseball caps, shorts, jeans, sandals, everything you need. You can get great Adidas and Nike shoes here for like $10, which in Canada would cost like $80 or something. I don't know why it's cheap. You can also get your cell phones at any of these places. You can get your SIM cards. So anything you need is available down here.
Well, most of the clothing I buy off Amazon. But if I need, there's a number of stores here. In Puerto Plata's got a couple of places. But house stuff I get from Costco, from PriceSmart.
PriceSmart, yeah.
We just bought a air fryer from them. Beautiful item. Highly recommend them.
Okay, good stuff.
In clothing and other things that you spend can be probably another 2,000 pesos, 3,000 pesos a month.
Right.
For me, I really don't buy clothes here. Either I'm ordering it online and have it shipped or brought to me here. I don't really do shopping for clothes. Minor things, maybe socks or pajamas or something like that. But if I'm buying my footwear, my sneakers, my jeans or something like that, even shirts, I mostly order it online and have it delivered here.
Okay. Now you may be wondering what's the best or the cheapest way to spend your weekends here. Well, maybe grab your cooler, a towel, and go to the beach. See, most of the beaches here are public, so you don't have to pay for chairs or umbrellas if you don't want to use them. Just sit or lay down on the sand with your beach towel and enjoy your time. Anyway, in most places the cost of a beach chair is only 100 pesos, and you find your favorite guy after a while and you can barter prices with him. The same for an umbrella. Another option for a weekend hangout is a river spot called a balneario. Here it's the same thing. Bring your own food and drinks and enjoy a swim in the river. However, in most typical Dominican places, the prices at the restaurants are affordable too. But they do like getting the gringo as well, so be careful. So now and then, spoil yourself. Going bar hopping in places like Sosua, Cabareta can be okay too. 200 pesos for a big beer, that's the current prices, or Cuba Libre, probably about 100 to 125 pesos. And many places offer happy hours between certain hours for an attractive price as well. Just network a little bit with some of the expats in the bars that you visit, and they'll tell you where all the others are, where to get all the bargains.
Well, there's a number of local bars. The new Cheers is quite a nice place, and Plan B, and Jolly Roger, Mateo's, Smiley's, a half a dozen good little places. Checkpoint Bar. I can't remember the name of Mike's place, but over there by the city hall.
The finish line.
I personally don't drink, so I don't really go to these bars very often. But they're active places, and it's a good place to meet other expats and get a sense of what's going on in town.
Perfect.
Also the beach. There's a number of nice places on the beach. When we got weekends, we generally go down to the beach and sit at the Mofongo bar and watch the world go by. I call it watching the movies, and it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cabaret is nice on the weekends. Every once in a while, a day trip to Rio San Juan is nice. I don't really go to Puerto Plata very often. It's just too crazy over there.
Mm-hmm.
But and there's a lot of nice places in the countryside that you can visit.
Yeah, well, I have a few videos on that topic, so feel free, you viewers, to check through my channel to see the various spots we recommend.
In the weekend, we stay right here in Sosua. We can go Playa Chiquita, we can go Playa Leasure, we can spend the evening in Playa Sosua. Other times we go to Cabarete, we go to Puerto Plata, actually in the North Coast.
Sometimes I go to some few bars in Cabarete, and Saturday nights to dance a little bit.
Yeah.
And but not so often. I love to go to the Playa Margante or the Playa Grande. It's a really beautiful place, yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Playa Rogelio is another one I just discovered down there. It's very nice with the restaurants and very cozy. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Now, if you're on a tight budget, you may choose to do some part-time work as well. That could be in a beach restaurant or surf camp, babysitting, or you could be a gardener or a handyman or some other type of work. Folks around here often need some extra help. However, most wages are very low, as even though you're a gringo, then folks like to pay as though you're a Dominican according to their wage standards. But maybe this can be enough to carry you through on a daily basis and create quite a nice lifestyle for you. However, the best way to survive here is to have an online income or some type of income from your home country. If making money was like filling a truck with nuts, in like US you fill it with coconuts, down here it's peanuts. So you just have to choose what's best for you. Alright folks, I hope you've enjoyed the video to this point. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to one of my viewers who come here to Sosua, and he's written a book called Reset 80 to 18. It's Joe Millerent, and this is like a sci-fi thriller where some older chap, he transfers his mind data into a young guy's body, an 18-year-old, and that 18-year-old then heads for Sosua and gets into all sorts of interesting situations. So if you're keen to read his book, it's very, very good. Then go to the link seen in the description here, and you can go to Amazon and buy it either electronically or the hard cover. And hi Joe, if you're watching here. Okay folks, we move on.
Well, I'm fortunate. I worked 32 years at the same company in Canada, in Vancouver, and I got a good pension, so I utilize my pension. I see other people that live off their pension. Some people work here. If you stay a couple of weeks, obviously you're going to go home and you can pay for your ticket and your flights here. But if you're going to end up living here, you're going to have some source of income. I can't answer that for people how they're going to do it, but pretty well any pension you could survive on down here.
Well, I have a nice pension from the government, and I'm retired. I live my life as I need to, and I have enough money. You can live really well here on under $2,000 a month.
Fantastic.
You know, but yeah, it's.
And may I ask, just for the viewers, what you used to do?
I was an airline pilot for American for 23 years.
Of course, I'm working like everybody else. I'm doing real estate. What I'm doing real estate because I have 25 years experience selling houses, California, in Florida, even in Peru and Argentina. That's what I'm doing right now. Another extra income I have is selling maca negra. What is maca negra? It's a great product from Peru. Will give you a lot of energy, boost your mood. There's a lot of extra benefits you can learn if you contact me also. Right now we have a promotion price, but it's going to be raised very soon, just in case you need it.
Okay, so just so they know, maca negra is like a powder, and it's from a root way up in the mountains of Peru.
Absolutely.
And it has many health benefits. So that's a little side thing that if people can contact you. Actually, I'll put your number on the screen here, so if people are interested to know more about that or the real estate, they can contact you.
Excellent, excellent, Mr. T.
Yes, I have money coming in, and also I work online as well. So I'm able to kind of move freely, pretty much the way I want to here because of that.
So if somebody wanted to come and work down here, what type of work would you recommend that they got into to sustain themselves?
I would strongly suggest that you do something online, and I would strongly suggest that you have it together before you come down here. You can live here pretty much on a low budget, but just have your finances together, because you don't want to be out the country struggling, trying to find out how you're going to make ends meet. So kind of like have something consistent flowing, and once you get it going, then come on down and adjust your budget and lifestyle accordingly.
Yes, I work with frequencies, with therapies, and also as a DJ.
But you're self-employed?
Yes, I'm self-employed.
Yeah. So I just actually had
my first frequency treatment. So to get more specific, she's got a couple of computers and these metal handles that are with wires to them that you hold, and they can analyze everything about your body. And if you have any health issues, it can be everything from bugs to kidney stones to this, that, and the other thing. It'll analyze it, and then it sends the right frequency through your body, so your body can start healing itself the way it should be able to. Any final tips that you want to give to people coming down to do budget living?
Yeah, the most important is connect to the locals. Or if it's a Dominican or a Haitian, they normally know how to find the places because they don't earn that much money. They make maybe 500 pesos a day, maybe less, so that's $10, and they have to make a living with that. So their accommodation, their food, their transportation, everything of that little budget. So they know where they have to go. So go to a Dominican, go to a Haitian, connect to the locals, be a part of their community, and you will definitely don't have a problem here surviving.
In terms of the language, if they don't speak Spanish, I could also recommend to viewers connect with people like Elmar, because it's not just what you know, it's who knows somebody else. So sometimes the fastest way to find that local is together with another expat, and expats can be very strange down here as well as really cool, but everybody likes other expats to be safe. So usually doesn't matter who you reach out to, they're going to try to help you. So anyway, thank you very much, Elmar, for your comments.
Thank you for having me.
Here we go. I hope this video helped inform you as to how you can best achieve a nice lifestyle down here on the lowest possible budget, especially here on the North Coast. You're welcome to reach out to me to acquire my relocation consultancy, which can definitely save you a lot of time, effort, hassle and money, both when you're settling here and in the long run. Also, you can invest in my online information service, which is called InfoHub. You'll see the link in the description or in the top right hand corner of my YouTube channel. And if you value my work, please consider to hit that thanks button. This will help support my video production. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.
Whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.